everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. Right, so today we're going to be sorting out the bonnet latch on the TTS so we can get it through the MOT. And finally we've got another handle. This is about the fourth one that I've bought of these handles because they break so easy. Now, Audi have modified these over the time, but they still have this inherent weakness that this hair breaks. So I've seen a couple of people have made reinforced billet or even metal handles on this, but the thing is they continue to break, so it's always worth having a few of these. Right, so we're going to sort out the lock and make sure that it doesn't come apart like it did, and we're going to finish off the bumper or sort out the bumper. Unfortunately, I can't finish the Tesla bumper yet because I'm still waiting for the lubes coming in from the US, and the last time I checked it was just released from customs. So you know it was supposed to be here on the 5th. Well, that was UPS just delivering it to the shipping agent before it comes over to the UK. So who knows when it's going to come, but as soon as it comes we can fit it onto that bumper, then we can get this car tested and see what Tesla do. In the meantime, we've got a TTS to get through the MOT because I need to sell that car so we can get potentially another project. And here we are. Right, so let's sort this out, and then we need to put the cable on, and then we're going to take the car for the MOT and see how we get on. Right, the plan. We remove 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. The cable is just below here. I'm hoping that we'll be able to put it back in place without me having to remove the front bumper. That's the dream. Worst case scenario, we have to undo the front bumper, which is no biggie, but it's just a pain to do when this is a really simple job. Let's see how we get on. So we're taking the cable out, and it is quite tight. When I pull it, there's not a lot of play in there in terms of looseness. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lubricate the cable and see if we can just free it up a little bit. These cables aren't that expensive to replace, they're just a pain to do. So I'd rather try and loosen it up if we can. So I'll spray some lithium grease down there to see if that will give us some play. As for the lock, I'm not sure whether the end piece there is actually broken. Let's see if we can get it up, and I'll show you what I mean. Where's my little screwdriver? There's always a trick to do this one-handed, but here, the latch, no, it's not going to work, is it? Not going to work. Hopefully you can just see that there's an it's open-ended. Here you go. You see where the screwdriver is? I'm not sure whether that's supposed to be open-ended or whether it's supposed to have a complete circle in there. I have to have a look on the manual and see, but that could be. I mean, the locking mechanism itself is absolutely fine, it's working. I'm just not sure how that's supposed to, if that's supposed to be open-ended or not, but we'll put some lubricant down there and see if that works better.
1 hour later.
Right, so we're giving it a little bit of lubricant. You'll be amazed, that actually made quite a difference. Alright, so we've put the thing back in place, and I don't think it is broken because it doesn't come out. You can see the hooks in place, and once it's in, it's pretty much there. It doesn't come loose or doesn't want to fall out, so we'll have another attempt. We'll put it back and we'll see how we'll get on this time. Now, one of my subscribers mentioned about another screw. I've looked high and low, and I've also looked at the Audi manual, and I cannot see for life what it is. There's 2 little hooks that holds the cable in place, but that's all I can see. So if you've got a diagram you can show me, that would be really great, but as far as I can see, that is now back into place. We've got that cable now is hooked to the actual latch down there. So there's two latches, two plastic latches. That's in place and that's been held. And then we've got like a bracket that holds, you can't see it, but underneath there's a bracket just there that holds this metal part of the cable in place, just there, so the cable doesn't move. So I'm not sure whether you mean that, but tap me up on the links. But in the meantime, I'm gonna see if we can get this back and secure. Right, let's take a risk now. We know this is working now, it's pulling, so I'm going to oh, I'm not sure about that. Well, if I'm not sure about it, it doesn't matter because it's now locked. Right, let's this mechanism here, I think I'm going to have to replace this here because this bit here is not really good. You can see already that this is twisting when I open it. Look. See that? That's not good, is it? That's definitely not good. I'm not going to risk losing another one of these. I mean, it only costs £8, but you know, it's just anyway, let's see if we can get the bonnet open now. Here we go. She opened, but not without a fight. Yeah, this is not good. And plus this bit here is broken as well, so I think we should just replace this whole piece here. You can get these as a separate piece. I just didn't want to. But looks like we're gonna have to. So the bonnet opens, that's the main thing. But we'll replace that piece. It goes on, doesn't it? Right, next bit. Okay, right, moving on. Here's a bumper that we painted. Now, at the moment, I've just given it a bit of a sand because it's quite rough. I haven't actually colour matched this to see how it looks against the car. Maybe we should go and do that. Yeah, let me go and line it up against the car and see how it looks. Now, there you go. What do you think? Come up closer. Other than the fact that it's really dull, because the paint that I got wasn't all that good. The match, it ain't that bad. It really doesn't look that bad. I thought it was going to look a lot worse than that. So for rattle can, that's not a bad job. It's going to look shinier because I'm going to polish it up in a second, then we'll have a look at it then, but that's the original front. Okay, let's bring it in and give it a polish. Oh, and by the way, we just painted the crash bar. Looks brand new now. Well impressed with that. So no one's going to say that the crash bar is faulty, although Tesla may say to me that this is not the correct shade of black paint. But they certainly ain't going to be able to say that it's been tampered with. Or maybe they might. Right, anyway, getting back to this now. So yeah, just going to sand this down because it feels really rough. I actually sanded some of the other side off just to see how it comes out, and it looks better. So I'll sand it just for the dignity of it, because I might actually end up selling this privately after, just to recoup some cash for wasting my money for buying this in the first place, just to get through this little test. So if it looks smooth, then it's gonna be appeal more. But then saying that, you can't really tell when it's on the eBay ad, can you? No. And they're gonna paint it anyway, so I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's get it sanded. So there is going to be paint shop, body shop owners around the country absolutely screaming and pulling their hair out of what I've just done there. But again, this is only temporary to get me through this test. But it's definitely a lot smoother now, a lot smoother. So now let's give it a cut with a compound and let's see how she comes out. See if she looks better. I'm sure it's going to look better. It must look better. It's got to look better. Let's give it a go. Well, it's definitely looking shinier, but as paint jobs go, it's not the best. You can see the shine, you can see it's coming up, and I could spend so much time making this look much better, but like I said, it's just to serve a purpose to get us through the test. So we'll carry on doing this, and then we will then start dressing it. Again, I apologize to all you professional painters out there who are looking at this and absolutely crying because of the quality of this, but this is to serve a purpose. It's not a final look, and I would always go professional when it comes to actually, you know, getting a paint job done, as I've always have done, because I'm no painter. I'm really not. Can fix a few cars, but I'm certainly no professional painter. Okay, let me carry on doing this and then we'll start dressing it. Okay, a bit of a news flash. So I'll be using some paintforyou.com's lacquer. Now in the past when I've used this, it's been a really good lacquer in terms of its finish. Let me show you what it looks like on the Tesla bumper, because I've given it another coat because I wasn't really happy with the way it came out when I did the coat with the paint that I got. The paint wasn't really good, to be fair. But let me show you what it looks like now in the lacquer and tell me what you think. So, look at that. I tell you what, that's come out really good. I'm quite happy with that. Again, no professional job, not even close to. But in terms of the appearance and the amount of rubbing down I'm going to have to do, it's much better. Can you see the shine in it? Look at that. It's really good, isn't it? Yeah, like I said, this Paint For You stuff, I've had this clear lacquer, and I tell you, I'm really impressed with the way it lays down. Just even on the corners there. Again, not shined up or anything, that's just purely painted, and basically it just looks so much better than the lacquer that I bought with the paint kit. I should have gone to Paint For You in the first instance, but in terms of their rattle can products, really good, so I'm recommending them. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry off and then we'll start putting all the bits of the bumper back on. Right, okay, so we got our foil, our silver, our middle bit of the grill in place. We just got to put the plastic bit that you can see on the floor there into here, and that will complete that. But we'll do that later because I've got to screw these in so you can see a little gap there. So we need to do that. So, but it's kind of coming together. You can kind of see how it's going to look, can't you? In terms of the bumper, so pretty glad with that. Right, so we're gonna leave that for a little while because this paint has still got to go off. The lacquer, it still needs to harden. I just wanted to see how it would look and fit, and it looks pretty good. Now, I want to talk to you about something that I found the other day in terms of parts and buying parts from eBay. It's a little bit of a scam going on here, and I know some other YouTubers have spoken about it, but let me show you something that I found. Okay, so in the past, I've often said that the best place to get parts for your car is from eBay. And indeed, I've got loads and loads of parts for my cars that I've built from eBay. But that opinion is rapidly changing because a lot of second-hand parts that are being sold on eBay are being sold at a premium. And in fact, a lot of the parts that have been sold are actually being selling for more than what you can get the parts brand new. Let me give you an example. Right, so on screen now you can see that I'm looking at this cable. So this here is the cable for my TT 2198. It is the cheapest cable on here on eBay, okay? And then here also is the bracket that cable goes into. So I'm replacing both because, as I showed you in this video, my one is broken. The cheapest one I could find was £17.95. So combined, these two parts are going to come in at just under 40 quid, okay? Now, LLC, let's take a look at this part first. So you can see this is 2198. Now, if I go to LLC, so LLL, so triple L parts, okay, triple L parts, that same part, so the cable, you see the part code number, that's how we're looking at it. Look at the price here, £10.23. And then the bonnet release handle bracket, you see the part, 633C. Triple L parts again, bonnet release bracket, genuine parts as well, £7.72. What a difference. Now, I can only assume that in this price is the shipping fee. But if I got this plus the cable combined, it's going to cost me around £40. That's £40 for this cable. Now, if I go to LLC here, you can see that combine these three parts together, it's going to cost me around 30 quid. So £7.72 for that price for the bracket, £10.23 for the cable, £2.98 for the handling. They charge a handling fee, and then £10.66. So just over £31 for the two parts. So I'm only paying one shipping fee and I'm getting everything, and they are genuine parts. And if we take a look at these are genuine parts that you can get for these, and you can see it's a premium. But let me show you something else. That's the cheapest price, and this one actually comes from Lithuania, so there's a chance that I might have to pay shipping. Now if I get one from the UK, this one looks like a UK one. Let's see if it's coming from, yep, it's coming from London, so it's £23. So we're looking at just over £43 for that one. But just look how crazy these cable prices are going for as you go up. Look, £23, that's £25 with postage, 26, 27, 29, 30, that's £35 or £32. Look at this. £32 plus £16, £155 for the whole kit. You don't even need this kit here. This is from a different model car, so you only need this cable here. If it's the same cable, may not be, because they make this for various different cars. But you can see there how you can pay quite a lot of money for these cables. So what are we saying? Well, go to a main dealer, or find a website, a good parts supplier who supplies genuine parts and works closely with the main dealer if they're not a main dealer themselves. Go there first before you go to eBay. Use eBay as a last resort. eBay is fast becoming an easy source of getting parts, and part dealers, second-hand dealers, they know that, and so they're basically inflating the prices of parts because they know it's convenient for you to go and get all your bits from one place. But I strongly recommend going to the main dealer first and getting a quote before you purchase the parts. Yes, it probably take you more time to do it, but you will save yourself a pretty penny, especially in the economic times that we're living in. So just a little tip there for you. And I guess that a lot of those prices that you saw there, they've just added the postage in there. So when I say free postage, it's because they've actually added the postage. But if you're buying multiple parts, that cost will soon add up. And you saw what Triple L charged to ship, £10. That's 3 to 5 days. So, you know, and I can add multiple orders to that. So you can see the benefits in doing it that way. So just a little tip for you. Right, okay, so so we'll get those bits in next week or during the week. We'll fit those bits on. We'll conclude the TTS next week. So next week's TTS will have the videos. We'll basically, it will be the MOT plus some good news. The Louvre for the Tesla have arrived in the UK. So they're in the UK somewhere in a depot, and they've cleared customs, which means that we should be getting them sometime next week. So we'll be able to conclude that, and then we'll be able to pick up the Tesla saga and see where we go from there. So that's it for this week. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to subscribe if you're a casual viewer. Click on the bell notification so you're notified whenever we release a new video, and we will see you on the next one very soon. Have a good week.